Lazio World.
I tifosi della Lazio nel mondo.
And welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to Lazio World. Welcome back to LazioStyle Radio. Today, December 11, 2012, is 20:07 or 8:07 p.m. here in Roma, in Formello, in a dark night, and in a very silent Formello. Silent Formello because tomorrow, the Lazio, the team will not train. Is a surprise. Mr. Petkovic gave to the players a free day, just to have a relax for one day, and it surprised a lot of people here in Roma that after the match against il Bologna, Mr. Petkovic gave to all of them one day of relax. We are surprised about that. We are, all of us. But if we understand, maybe Mr. Petkovic have seen something in the team in the last match that is wrong, something that doesn't work so much, and he declared in his last press conference after match. But I have a friend with me, and this friend is my voice in the Olimpico. Not he's the voice in the Olimpico. He's the guy that screams to you when Olympia fly. He's the guy that give you the lineup. He's the guy that give you the sensation, and he's my good friend, is Renzo Giannantonio. Welcome. Ciao Renzo.
Amiche ed amici biancocelesti, dal 1900 il calcio a Roma si chiama Società Sportiva Lazio. Hello everybody, Lazio fans. Che bellezza, che bellezza.
Mr. Giannantonio, come stai? How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm very fine, thank you. I was talking about la Lazio, stavo dicendo qualcosa che c'è un po' paura, Fear of the Dark. Le conosci gli Iron Maiden?
Sì, li conosco, non sono il mio genere preferito, ma per cultura musicale.
Tu sei più da Claudio Baglioni, vero?
Ma neanche per il ciufolo, non so adesso ciufolo
scusi.
come ti ritrovi a tradurre.
Questo non lo posso tradurre, mi perdoni. Renzo.
Come si dice attempato piacione?
Attempato piacione. Renzo is having
che saresti
fun.
Tu poi.
Renzo is having fun with me and he said, "You old man, that you are a playboy," something like that. That's so he likes to have some fun with me, and he always liked to have arguments with me in the Olimpico when we work together, because we work there together, and so we have fun, because it's the most important thing when you work together, that you have some fun. Renzo, l'attempato piacione ti dice riporta agli amici all'estero, e già mi hanno scritto, no? Per esempio un ragazzo da Singapore mi dice, da Giacarta mi dice 40 giorni per Ederson, mamma mia. Poi mi dicono noi dobbiamo fare qualcosa perché la squadra con un punticino non può andare avanti. Cioè la Lazio improvvisamente da un periodo, diciamolo, brillante, va bene come parole, brillante,
Lo è tuttora, numeri bruti alla mano.
Con i numeri, però siamo rimasti delusi da Bologna. È vero o sbaglio?
Beh, da Giacarta a Roma Nord il laziale è sempre quello, non tende all'esaltazione, per usare un eufemismo. I numeri dicono questo: la Lazio ha fatto 3 vittorie e 2 pareggi nelle ultime 5 partite, è quarta da sola, quindi vuol dire che ha scalato una posizione nelle ultime settimane. È vero, si può fare di più, poi se abbiamo negli occhi la partita di ieri si doveva fare di più.
What Renzo say, yes, I understand, yesterday we can make it better, but if you got the numbers, and numbers mean that we are fourth in the standing, and then we have 3 victories and 2 draws, it's okay, it's positive. I mean, we have to see numbers from one side, on the other side we have to see how the team is on the field, and last night against Bologna we can make it better. Potevamo fare meglio Renzo, però forse anche con degli uomini contati, perché con gli uomini contati allora i numeri non escono.
Beh, questo è una parte del, chiamiamolo, problema, anche se non credo sia solo questo, perché è riduttivo ad esempio dire che ieri i 75 minuti in cui non è stato in campo Klose siano stati la causa del fatto che la Lazio non ha praticamente tirato in porta. Diciamo che la Lazio non ha giocato come sa fare di solito in casa, per dire. Fuori casa è un po' timida, Klose o non Klose.
Again, Renzo said, I don't I try to understand why La Lazio outside on the away match seems to be shy to play the way that La Lazio play at home. What is the problem between home and away? Maybe because they don't have the supporters that what I can have. And then also what he said, 75 minutes La Lazio played, and then only with Klose they have the chance to reach the goal or to find the goal. Something was wrong. So, what is wrong, Renzo? Ieri Mr. Petkovic forse può aver, come si dice a Roma, toppato qualcosa o non motivato la squadra abbastanza?
Beh, è difficile esprimersi sulla motivazione, che poi è il lavoro che si fa tutti quanti i giorni a Formello. Tatticamente, se vuoi la mia, ti posso dire che è abbastanza dimostrato da questi 3 mesi di stagione che quando non c'è Klose è meglio mettere una punta in più, altrimenti si arriva a poco davanti alla porta avversaria.
Okay, when Klose is not there, we need another attacking because it's going to be very hard for us to reach the goal of the enemy goal. So that's why I don't think that yesterday Mr. Petkovic doesn't give any motivation to the team, but for sure there are some limits. I limiti, Renzo, da quello che possiamo un po' capire un po' tutti, ci troviamo poi ad avere, ecco, un Floccari eccezionale che insieme a un Kozak strepitoso a Maribor fanno una partita, poi purtroppo accade che Floccari si faccia male, accade che Ederson si faccia male, sta fuori 40 giorni, accade che magari ti viene a mancare un Hernanes, perché ci sono i periodi anche che non girano, no? Si può dire così, quando qualcuno non gira. Però in quel momento allora dovresti trovare delle soluzioni per far girare il resto della squadra.
Sì, è quello che intendevo. Tu hai nominato Maribor e a Maribor avevamo visto una squadra che con un piano B, come lo chiama Petkovic, questo 3-4-3 che il mister ha in mente dal primo giorno di ritiro, ma non aveva mai avuto a disposizione gli uomini per attuarlo. Si può essere pericolosi e cercare il gioco con i concetti che vuole Petkovic, ma in maniera diversa rispetto al solito modulo che presuppone non tanto la presenza di una punta forte come Klose, ma proprio di Klose, che è un giocatore unico nel suo genere, che fa il regista offensivo e non solo il centravanti forte.
Again, Renzo is underlined Klose position, not just like an attacking man, but also like a man that can move the team forward. That is very important. That is the big difference between a man like Klose and a man like Kozak, for example. This is the difference. A man that is enough to help the whole team to join and go on and go in front. This is the huge difference. So now what Renzo thinks also is, okay, let's check the number, but in positive way we have to think positive. Quindi sei positivo, Renzo. Come ti aspetti Lazio-Inter? Con quale piglio, si dice così, no? Con che piglio la Lazio andrà a giocare a casa contro una grande squadra? Perché è comunque
si fa così la domanda e si fa così la risposta, col piglio giusto.
Bello.
Tradotto significa che le grandi partite si preparano da sole, le grandi partite portano motivazioni che garantiscono, quantomeno sul fronte della motivazione, dell'approccio e della voglia di far bene davanti a una platea che è più ampia di quella solita, e che presuppongono una gara che vale doppio. Quei 3 punti, se li levi all'avversario, ne hai fatti 6 proprio aritmeticamente.
Bravo. I asked to Renzo, Gian Antonio, what do you think about now how we are going to play against Inter? Because Inter is going to be the match, Saturday night match. And what kind of motivation Petkovic or the team has to find to make that match? And he said, what Renzo said, he said, no need. When you have to meet a big match, a big team, you got the motivation. You have to do it. You have to work on it. And so for this reason, it's so important for us on Saturday night, yes, for sure to win, because in this case, there are not 3 points. There are more than 3, there are 6 points. Because when you move out, when you take off, when you take out 3 points from a an enemy that is fighting with you for the third place, then you move them 6 points. That is more important than 3 points. Renzo, andiamo a fine stagione, chiamiamola così, a Natale, no? Ma pensi che ci sarà bisogno, secondo te, in questa Lazio di ritrovare qualche uomo nuovo?
Beh, qualche uomo nuovo tornerà, perché gente come Diaz e Brocchi, che sono uomini di grande esperienza, torneranno a disposizione. Ci sarà il problema attacco, forse Floccari ce la farà magari per la Coppa Italia o per l'ultima partita dell'anno contro la Samp. C'è poi il mistero, il buco nero più che il mistero Sarate, e sospettiamo che siamo oltre le motivazioni fisiche o tattiche riguardo le sue esclusioni. Rocchi sappiamo non sta bene. È abbastanza chiaro che c'è un qualcosa che manca in attacco, anche perché la Lazio sta cambiando, lo dicevamo prima, e magari col mercato che arriva a gennaio, visto che sappiamo che la società in estate voleva prendere un attaccante, bisognerà smuovere qualcosa a quel punto.
Bisogna muovere qualcosa, certamente i nodi ci sono sicuramente, qualcosa forse andrà mosso. Il problema che hai fatto tu parlando di Mauro è comprensibilissimo, ma questa è la società e Mauro, non siamo noi che possiamo fare più di tanto. La buona volontà.
Salutiamo Matusalem a proposito.
Ah, è vero, ciao Matu, come si dice? Good luck, buona fortuna, giusto?
Sì, ne ha bisogno perché usiamo anche un altro proverbio che non so se è traducibile: aiutati che Dio ti aiuta.
Ok, questa te la traduco. Okay, Renzo was talking about the last problem of La Lazio. I was asking him about new men, new players, and he answered me, we have Brocchi, we have Diaz, that are very important for us. Then maybe, yes, in January La Lazio will think about somebody. Why not? Because also we have a problem, let's call it a problem, that is Mauro Zarate, and we can hide the problem because we have it. Let's see what's going on in January with him, and if something's going to move, for sure, somebody else will join La SS Lazio. And then what Renzo said, goodbye Matusalem. As you know, Matusalem left for Il Genova, and he will start training on Thursday or Friday, this Thursday and Friday. And he said, help yourself, that God will help you also. So that means you have to restart by yourself, because you can just not count on a team. You have to do it by yourself after what happened with La Lazio. Renzo Gianantonio,
Tell me.
È stato un piacere averti.
For me too.
Perfetto, sei grande. Renzo, buon lavoro come sempre e a sabato sera.
Buona serata a tutti i laziali ovunque siano, perché in qualsiasi posto c'è un laziale.
So what Renzo say, good night to all Laziali and wherever you are, because all over the world there is a Laziale. This is Renzo Gianantonio. Good night. Ciao Renzo. I was reading here on the LazioLand.com forum and website and FB official page. I will underline this again after. I would like to say something about the Lazioland and domain and websites and forums all over the net. What kind of confusion sometimes people can create on this. And this is not polite. Even for La SS Lazio, not just for us, but even for La SS Lazio. But first of all, I like to introduce you Cathal, that is from Ireland, and this guy is dedicated a lot of his time to La SS Lazio, writing articles, taking care about the forum, taking care about the website, and taking care about La SS Lazio. He opened a topic, Creativity Zero. Creatività Zero è un ragazzo dall'Irlanda che si cura di LazioLand.com, quindi è un ragazzo che scrive articoli in inglese, chiaramente in inglese per i tifosi all'estero, e ha aperto un topico, un post, una discussione in cui dice la Lazio creatività zero. Ha fatto una statistica, dice ed è scritta, poi la vediamo su molti siti, cioè il possesso palla siamo gli ottavi in Serie A, i passaggi siamo decimi in Serie A, i tiri per partita siamo ottavi in Serie A, i dribbling per ogni partita ottavi in Serie A, falli siamo 20esimi in Serie A per un numero di falli, fuori gioco 14esimi, e così lui dice andiamo avanti. Cioè non dovrei aggiungere altro se non dire che queste sono le statistiche, però dall'altra parte devo dire che siamo sempre al quarto posto. Cathal, how are you?
How are you, Paolo? It's good to be talking to you again.
Thank you, my friends. I was reading in Italian your creativity zero that you post in the Lazio land, and numbers that you post over there about overall possession, pass completion, shots per game, they're bad, negative. But on the other side, we are there. We are fighting for the Europa League, we are fighting for the third place, and then we will start the Coppa Italia. So, something's wrong. Can you translate this? I mean, can you find a line on that? If one side is negative, on the other side is positive. What's going on, Cathal?
Well, the statistics I laid out on the forum topic were in relation to our aggression, our going forward and our attacking play, and those statistics are negative, but our actual defensive statistics, the amount of tackles we were putting in, the amount of interceptions, blocks, they're all good figures. So it seems clear that, you know, the league position, if you want to define it to a certain area of the team, I guess you have to say that our defensive line, okay, we've had changes in personnel through the season, but our defensive line seems to be doing its job, and Ledesma and Gonzalez being the protectors of that line seem to be doing a job capable of getting this team into Europe and maybe even the Champions League. But if it wasn't obvious that there was a problem until last night, I think now it's becoming a bit clearer, and those stats only, what they suggest is not that the problem has just suddenly occurred now that, say, Klose is out of the team, but the problems have been there maybe through the whole season, and maybe Petric has something to think about during the winter break.
Cathal, your expectations in that period are mainly for you said about the defensive line that at least it's under our eyes made a good job. Biava was unbelievable in the last. Siani is growing, and okay, let's talk about Cavanda. Some players are positive, okay, this is for sure 100%. Some others no. Then we have the main problem for the Laziali here in Roma is the attacking line, and as you see now, with whom we are going to play against Inter. So, what do you expect? What your expectation after Klose? Who else?
Well, it's a tough one at the minute for the simple reason that a lot of the options are injured, unfortunately. And for me, one of the first names I'd have down in the team sheet is Ederson. Okay, he's been injured a lot this season, but when he's fit, I think you have to play him, Paolo. He just gives something extra. I mean, we pay this guy a good wage, and we've brought him in for free. We've been tracking him for years, and we've been doing so because he's been playing in the Champions League. He's been playing in tournaments the kind of tournaments we want to qualify and participate in. So for me, long term, he is the option. But for now, the main problem we have is replacing Miroslav Klose, and I mean, I'm a fan of both Kozak and Flockery, but I mean, it's a tough call because I don't think either work in the system we play 100%, but I think if you have to go for one, you have to go for Kozak. But if we're going to do that, then we need to find some way of giving him chances. He's not the same type of player as Miroslav Klose, but he's the closest thing we've got to that type of player. So I would go with him, but we need we need something more in the midfield. We need to think about what will work specifically against Inter, specifically against Siena and against Sampdoria, and then worry about maybe making a change to the tactic in the winter break whenever we have the time and maybe have the resources to bring in another player or two.
Quello che Cathal, let me translate, mi fa piacere, I have a pleasure to translate your words, Cathal. Quello che questo nostro amico laziale dice dall'Irlanda, dice: anch'io sono soddisfatto dei miei giocatori, dei giocatori della Lazio. È chiaro che ci sono dei problemi, è chiaro che Klose per me è il giocatore, però abbiamo bisogno di qualcuno che possa essere una controparte non dico allo stesso livello, ma che lo possa tranquillamente sostituire poi quando accadono situazioni come quelle di Floccari o Cosa che viene espulso e quindi perdere una partita. È una situazione difficile. Ha parlato anche del centrocampo, un centrocampo che poi in qualche maniera fatica a rifornire, soprattutto quando non ci sono giocatori come Klose, che appunto dicevamo prima, che riesce a far costruire il gioco alla squadra, mentre ci sono altri giocatori tipo Kozza che aspettano il pallone. Cathal, in your mind as a Laziale, you would like to play against Inter how? I mean, just with Klose in front, or would you like to see a guy like Rozzi with him?
I think I would stick to Klose, Paolo. I mean, I think we can read a lot into yesterday's game. I mean, I think yesterday's game is reflective of a bigger problem, but I think the short-term solution and the short-term being Inter, we should just stick to what we do best. You know, we're in the Olympico. Go out, try and dominate the game, try and get close on the ball as much as possible, and not overthink it for now. Long-term, of course, we have to do something, but I think, considering our injuries, we should really just look to get back to basics and hope that it's enough, because in the big games this year we've been fine. You know, even if we do have a problem with creativity, and even if we do need to make changes to personnel, I mean, now is not necessarily the time. You probably remember last season, Paulo, Juventus, they made a change to their formation during the winter break, and they were unbeaten, but obviously Antonio Conte realised there was something more that needed to be done, and I think that's the position we're in now, but we have to make that change when it's suitable, and I think with Klose back, we've just got to hope that he can be the difference, as he often is, and we just keep facing that and look to make improvements in the future.
In the future, I tell you, I agree with you about the short term and long term. I totally agree with you. When you make a project, when you have an idea, you have to fix the problem in the short terms, but then you have to fix in a different way for the long terms. Fix means you have to plan with the players. Like you talked about Ederson before, okay? And I agree with you. Now, I tell you, fans, and this is the point, because we talk to the fans expectations are different. Fans want it now. They don't wait for tomorrow. They want it now. And sometimes, or many times, it's difficult or quite impossible to satisfy people's expectations. Now, today, as I told in the beginning of the show, a lot of disappointment here in Roma. Everybody. But I have to say thanks to Mr. Petkovic mentality and different behavior from the past, people see in front with more positive way. You know, and that is very important. In the past, I can tell you 1 year ago, we were already, after Bologna or after Catania, we were already down in the hell. Now we are not in the hell, because we are not in the hell. And I think that Mr. Petkovic gives positive mind even to the fans. Cathal, the last question, then I leave you alone. You dedicate your time to Lazioland. You dedicate your time to the website, to the forum. You have a lot of people following you and all the other team of Lazioland team that becomes part of your life. What does it mean for a young man like you to spend 2 hours a day for a forum? Sometimes people don't understand how much dedication is for it.
I'm sure, Paolo. I mean, there is a lot of time and effort has to be put into it. But I mean, I read you saying something similar not too long ago about how is your passion to be as close to Lazio as you are. And for me, it's the exact same, being a part of the forum and the website and the overall project. It's purely a passion thing, you know. Lazio's my one real passion in life. It's really my only hobby in a way, and for me, I don't dedicate my time and have any expectations of what I want to get out of it. I merely just want to be as close to my team as possible, to live and breathe it, and to experience it. You know, from where I am, I can't be in the stadium every week. I can't chant, sing, I can't cheer, I can't do the things
You can
those who
feel
are
it. You
fortunate
can
enough-
feel it. I understand what you mean. You can feel
Yeah,
the
of course.
atmosphere.
So I can only do what I can do, and that's my way of bringing myself as close to living, breathing, and experiencing the world of Lazio as I can, and that's all I can do, Paolo. So
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's about the passion as trying to live it as much as I possibly can.
And this is why I tell you from me, and even if a lot of people doesn't know who you are, because people, you can be so famous, people like you, people like Dimasio, people like Nigel, for example, the Nigel Gunn, the guy from Singapore.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
maybe they became famous in the forum, but in La Lazio, someone knows them, but not so much. But we don't do that to become famous. We do that because it's our passion. And for this reason, I tell you, grazie.
And grazie to you too, Paolo, for inspiring all of us. In short,
It's my honor, my friend. Okay?
grazie.
Ciao, Catal. Good night.
Ciao, Paolo.
Ciao,
Good
ciao,
night,
ciao,
good night.
ciao, ciao. Was how beautiful it is to be a Lazio fan, or to have your passion. Could be Lazio, can be another team. And how much time you dedicated for it. For free, for nothing. Not to become famous, not to make money, not to do anything. Just because you want to feel it, because you want to be it. And what Catal say, Paolo, I'm living so far, I cannot feel a Lazio, I cannot see in the Olimpico, but to do something for Lazio, for me, is like that I am there with you, Laziali. And this is for me, this is so important for me, to be with you, Laziali. Even if I write on the forum, even I do something like that. And for that reason that I say thank you to you, Catal, thank you to people like Dimasio, to people like Nigel, and to all of you members of the forum, dedicating your time and sharing La Lazio with us. It's so important, believe me. And let me say goodnight to all of you. I don't know if Lazio World will be back on next week, because I have to work and I don't have time to join Formello. So let me tell you now, tonight, have a nice Christmas, guys. Really have a nice Christmas. If I'll be back, I will do it again. But at the moment, from my heart, to all of you, nice Christmas. Doesn't matter the religion you are. You can be Muslim, you can be another. Doesn't matter. It's a Christmas spirit. That is the way I say to all of you Laziali in the world. Good night.